Hello and welcome back. This one, I'm going to talk about Demaryius Thomas being traded to the Texans. The Broncos, he spent every season with the Broncos. He was a former first round pick. He's accrued over 665 catches and 60 touchdowns in just his nine and a few game seasons with the Denver Broncos. The Texans are sending a 4th and 7th round pick to the Broncos for Demaryius Thomas. And they're getting a 7th round pick back. So the Texans are sending away a 4th and a 7th, and they're getting back Demaryius Thomas in a 7th. He's now 30 years old, but he's still an impact player, can be. Will Fuller just went down last week for the Texans with a torn ACL. He was their deep threat. He and Deshaun Watson always seem to be clicking together. They've scored a lot of touchdowns together. But now they have DeAndre Hopkins and Demaryius Thomas. Demaryius Thomas used to be one of the top receivers in the league, not just like a good top on his team. He was one of the tops in the league when he was playing with Peyton Manning. He had 5,000-yard seasons with Denver. From 2012 through 2016, he had over 1,000 yards receiving in each season. He's had double-digit touchdowns in 2012, 13, and 14. We all remember what he and Peyton Manning were able to do. They were able to really click, really play well together. But now Denver has decided to move on and send him to Houston. Houston, they just got better with this trade, obviously. Will Fuller was a huge impact player for them, specifically for touchdowns alone. But now he's down. He's out for the season. So Houston wanted to make the move to get a receiver to help keep that lead in the AFC South. And the wackiest season for them to this point started 0-3. Now they're on a 5-game win streak. They're not in the best division, so they only got better. Obviously, losing Fuller was not good, but I think Demaryius Thomas is more than capable of taking that spot. He's not the speedster that Will Fuller is, but he's big-bodied. He's a good receiver. 6'3", 230, big-bodied receiver. Not quite as tall as DeAndre Hopkins, but DeAndre Hopkins is a freak. He's one of the top receivers in the league, and they got somebody that was one of the tops at one point. By no means is he a scrub now. This year he has 36 catches, 402 yards, and 3 touchdowns. But the Texans set themselves up to continue this run that they're on right now. I really like this trade. They only gave away a 4th and a 7th, and they also got a pick back with him in a 7th round pick. So a huge trade with the Texans and Denver here. He's one of 2 big name receivers that we've seen move today. Golden Tate, not a lot of people talk about him, but his consistency is key. Him going to the Eagles. But Demaryius Thomas is now a Houston Texan. Broncos, I think they know the situation they're in. They're not in the best situation, sitting at 3-5. So get what you can get for who you want to send away. They got a 4th and a 7th round pick from Houston. But Demaryius Thomas, Houston Texan now. But I've got a couple more videos to do about a few more trades. There's a lot going on. They're still happening as I'm talking. But that's all I wanted to say about Demaryius Thomas headed to Houston. I'll see you guys in the next video.